Guys, good deal. I call this meeting to order. Please rise for a flag salute and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
All right. Commissioner Morose?
Present.
Commissioner Pollock-Rude?
Present.
Commissioner Serco?
Present.
Commissioner Sotile? And Commissioner Edison?
Present.
All commissioners present.
Great, thank you. Pardon my voice for tonight. San Diego State did that. That's all I got to say about that. Welcome to the El Cajon Planning Commission meeting. This meeting is being live streamed on the City of El Cajon website. Appeals of final decisions of the Planning Commission made this evening must be filed in writing with the City Clerk before 5 p.m. Monday, April 17th, 2023, and must include the payment of a filing fee. If you wish to speak on an agenda or non-agenda item tonight, please fill out a request to speak card located by the agenda and turn it into the secretary, who will call you up to speak when the agenda item comes up for public comment. We ask that you give us your spelling of your last name. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. The display on the podium, as well as other monitors in the chamber, will show time counting down. At 30 seconds, the podium clock readout will turn red, signifying you have 30 seconds until the end of your time. Applicants and individuals representing groups of people may have more time if appropriate. All public hearing comments should be addressed to me as the chair of the commission and not to individual commissioners or staff members. Please turn off all electronic devices if you have not done so already. Pursuant to City Council Resolution 114-79, a commissioner who has received evidence related to a matter before the Planning Commission other than an unescorted view of the subject property is required to disclose such information at the hearing. At this time, we will take comments from any member on the public on any item of business within the jurisdiction of the Commission that is not on the agenda. Under state law, no action can be taken on items brought forward under public comment except to refer it to staff for administration or place it on a future agenda. If there's anyone who wishes to address the Commission under public comment, please come forward now. Okay. Next, we're going to move on to the consent calendar. Does the Commission wish to pull a consent calendar item for discussion? Okay. Does the staff wish to pull a consent calendar item for discussion?
No.
Okay, great. All right. Well, then at this time, we will make a motion on our minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the minutes.
I'll second that.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Serco, second by Commissioner Pollock-Rude. Please vote. And I did review the last meeting as well, so I will not abstain.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
Great. All right. The first item under public hearing is agenda item number 2. This is the Palms Residence Single Room Occupation, or SRO. It's a motel conversion to single room occupancy residence. It is CEQA exempt, and staff recommendation is approve. Staff.
All right. Good evening, Planning Commissioners. My name is Spencer Hayes, and I'm an Associate Planner in the Community Development Department. The first item for your consideration is the Palm Residence Single Room Occupancy Project, as submitted by the Mayor Desick Family Trust. The project site is 1349 East Main Street. And before I dive into it, I just wanted to briefly mention that there was an errata issued. The staff report erroneously refers to the Rancho San Diego Inn and Suites as the name of the business at the site. In fact, that is the business directly next door to this site to the east. And the name of the existing motel is the Palm Residence, as indicated throughout the rest of the report. So the project proposes to convert an existing 11-unit motel into a single-room occupancy residence, otherwise known as an SRO. All existing units, including the slightly larger manager's unit, would be converted. The project includes common facilities such as a laundry room with one washer and dryer, outdoor recreation space with a barbecue and canopy cover, bicycle racks, and then various other improvements to the interior and exterior, which I'll dive into in more detail in the rest of this presentation. The site is located in the general plan land use designation and also has the general commercial zone. The site is not within any other overlay zone or special district. The commercial land use table indicates that SROs are permitted via a conditional use permit as requested, and there are currently 3 SROs operating within the city. The subject site is located on the south side of East Main Street between Melody Lane and East Madison Avenue, and again is addressed 1349 East Main Street. It's situated between a vacant commercial property to the west. To the east is that existing hotel, and then a multifamily residence to the south. The existing motel was constructed in the county's jurisdiction in 1950, and the property was then annexed into the city in 1956. Since then, the city's issued a handful of permits for regular maintenance items like the roof or water heater. The site is approximately a quarter acre in size, or 11,000 or so square feet, and the motel is about 3,500 square feet, including the existing office, the units, and a laundry and maintenance room. There are 11 parking spaces at the site, and you've probably noticed that the vehicle circulation is somewhat constrained. Unfortunately, there's not adequate space to meaningfully rearrange the site, but staff do not believe that this would be cause for concern for the proposed 11-unit SRO. The site also includes roughly 2,380 square feet of existing landscape, including the area behind the existing motel. And then here's a rough overview of the proposed improvements. So generally speaking, interiors would be updated to meet habitability standards and include an efficiency kitchen. The exterior would be updated with new security doors, windows, and siding. Other improvements, again, include a common recreation facility outside, including, and then also a new trash enclosure. And then most notably, the draft conditions require a physical elements report to assess any structural elements of the building that might be substandard. That PER would be reviewed and revised to the satisfaction of the building official prior to the SRO going into effect. And then here's the proposed site plan. Obviously, probably not the best way to view it in any great detail, but there are a few notable changes. So the parking configuration was slightly modified for adequate Americans with Disability Act parking space. The existing storage structure in the south corner would be demolished for that new code-compliant trash enclosure. There's the gated outdoor recreation space with canopy covers and a grill. And then new wrought iron fencing throughout to update the appearance and for security. And then here's a couple of renderings of the exterior. As I mentioned, part of the proposal is new siding, replacement of windows, replacement of some existing doors, installation of security doors, stuck over existing CMU walls, just to name a few of the improvements. And then again, the physical elements report would address any other major issues. And then here's a sample floor plan of what the smaller units look like. So these would be the approximately 250 square foot units. The larger manager's unit is about 630 square feet. So there is one larger unit than that's what's shown here. And then here's a summary of the proposed conditions. Conditions would establish a maximum number of units, which is 11, and a maximum number of occupants per unit, which would be 2. The physical elements report was previously discussed, but also along with that is an operational management plan. The draft operation management plan was included in the agenda report and discusses topics such as safety and security of the site, move-in and move-out procedures, also discusses the responsibilities of management and maintenance staff. And then draft conditions also address the upper limits of calls for emergency services. As with other SRO projects that were previously approved, this is in place so that staff and potentially the commission can come back and readdress any conditions for this conditional use permit that are not adequate to make sure the calls for service are at a reasonable level. And then the conditions also address minimum and maximum lease terms. So no units would be available for hourly, daily, or weekly rates. It establishes a maximum 6-month lease with month-to-month rentals after that. And then finally, the SRO management would need to participate in the crime-free multi-housing program, which is administered by the police department. The final note here is that the deemed approved lodging establishment ordinance went into effect in 2019, and this motel has deemed approved status. SROs are not subject to the provisions of this ordinance, and so a condition is proposed which would terminate deemed approved status upon reliance of this CUP. And with that, staff included findings for approval of the subject project in the report, and staff recommend that the Planning Commission approve the next resolutions in order, approving the California Environmental Quality Act, the CEQA exemption, and CUP number 2022-0014, subject to conditions. And we're here to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you. Any questions for, yes?
I don't remember if we did the same maximum lease on the other SROs, but can you remind me why we have a maximum of 6 months rather than a year?
Yes, so this recently came up with the fire review of the SRO projects. Essentially, if they were to move to a 1-year term, it would also trigger a requirement for fire sprinklers, which may or may not be feasible, especially for a smaller SRO project like this one. And so that's why there's a min-max in the conditions.
Okay.
And if I'm correct, after the 6 month, they are eligible for month to month after that.
Correct.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The lease themselves, is the management company responsible for those leases, and is there a caveat regarding subletting in those leases?
I've not reviewed a lease agreement, but I would assume the management company or the management would be responsible.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for staff? Okay. All right. This time, let's move to open public hearing. Are there any speaker cards?
Yes, there is one speaker card, Kristen Brantz.
Good evening. My name is Kristen Brantz, and I'm the trustee of the Martisich Family Trust. And I'm also been managing Palm Residence for the last 7 years. It's been in my family for 31 years, coming this June. And so I have been at Palm Residence trying to make it, improving it over the years since I've been there, making it a safer place, and providing transitional housing and low-income housing for individuals who need it, especially at this time. I think it was very beneficial, and I know that the leases are very important. There will be no subletting, and also with regard to the fire sprinklers, I was looking into that, and so I asked Spencer to do either, depending on the feasibility, whether we would go ahead and put in the sprinkler system or or not, and keep it the month to month. But at least we have that option in case we're able to go ahead and move forward with that. And I'm really looking forward to this project. I've been working on it for coming about 4 years. So just when the SRO started, I really encourage it. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to help the community and to keep the police calls down and make those improvements to the property. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm going to be handling it personally. So you know that I'll be watching over it, and I have reviewed all the conditions, and we'll make sure that those are all followed.
Great. Thank you. The improvements look wonderful. I think it's going to be great. And we like the SROs as well. It's a great next step to getting people onto that independent living. So thank you for that.
Right.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Just a quick question. I read in there that you were going to do Section 8 as well. Has it already been Section 8 approved for those applications?
No, that hasn't started.
Okay.
So I'll be looking into that.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right.
Right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other speaker cards?
Not for this item.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. Seeing that there's none, I make a motion to close public hearing.
I'll second.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner Moreau, seconded by Commissioner Circo. Please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
All right. Yeah, I really like the design and the siding on that project and the roofing shingles. It definitely beautifies that area up a little bit more, so that's great.
Yeah, it'll bring it back to the modern era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've had a lot of good success with the SROs, so I'm thankful for that. All right. Any questions for staff? Any deliberation?
I think it's a good project.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go.
All right. Well,
I'll make a motion.
all right.
I move to adopt the next resolutions in order approving CUP number 2022-0014, subject to conditions.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner Circo, seconded by Commissioner Edison. Please vote. All right. Motion passes. Thank you again. All right. Our next agenda item is Vista de Luna. It is a motel conversion to a single room occupancy. It is CEQA exempt and staff recommendation is approved. Staff.
Good evening, Planning Commissioners. My name is Mike Villione, Senior Planner with the Community Development Department. The third item on tonight's agenda is a conditional use permit and minor amendment for the Vista de Luna SRO by Vista International, Inc. The applicant operates the 3 existing SRO sites in the city at 1549 East Main Street, 1556 East Main Street, and 1250 El Cajon Boulevard. As with the previous item, the application proposes to convert a deemed approved motel into single-room occupancy residences at 588 North Mollison. This would include 74 single occupancy units with 1 additional manager's unit. A first-floor laundry facility, communal kitchen, and lobby would be available for common use. Also available are active recreation areas, including the existing pool and spa, as well as an adjacent sport court proposed in excess parking areas. Exterior and interior updates such as new paint, security camera system, roofing and parking lot repairs, as well as needed structural repairs are also proposed. The site has a general plan and zoning designation of general commercial. The site is also within the boundaries of specific plan number 106. The specific plan authorizes the layouts of the land uses at the site, including a 73-unit motel, and provides for interconnecting access and 12 shared parking stalls between 588 and 596 North Mollison Avenue. A single-room occupancy residence requires approval of a CUP in the general commercial zone. A minor amendment to specific plan number 106 is also required to authorize the SRO as land uses and site configurations must be consistent with the specific plan. The site is located on the west side of North Mollison Avenue between East Madison Avenue and Interstate 8. The parcel is landlocked and relies on easements and access established by the specific plan to access North Mollison Avenue. The property is bordered by single-family homes to the west, townhomes to the south, a restaurant and automotive fueling station with senior apartments to the east, and Interstate 8 to the north. The site is approximately 65,000 square feet, while the existing 2-story motel building is approximately 32,000 square feet. Though authorized at 73 units, a guest room was converted to a breakfast room in 2012, resulting in a total permitted count of 72 units. There are 101 existing parking stalls on site. The vast majority of the roughly 2,400 square feet of landscaping border the parking area at the lot lines. Here is the proposed site plan from the agenda report. Again, 75 units, inclusive of the manager's unit, are proposed. At the center of the site are the pool and spa located between building wings. Adjacent is the active recreation area, which will be a multi-purpose sport court for sports like pickleball or basketball. To create this area, 10 parking spaces are eliminated. 81 stalls will remain for exclusive use of the SRO after accounting for the stalls shared with 596 North Mollison Avenue. The provided parking exceeds the 76 stall requirement based on one stall per unit plus one per additional 300 square feet of office. In this case, that would be the leasing office, the lobby. An upgraded trash enclosure is also proposed, but the site is otherwise unchanged. Proposed units are studios with kitchenettes and range between 356 to 456 square feet for the manager. Here's an example of the Type 2 floor plan, which makes up 68 of the units. Again, as-needed repairs are proposed, and conditions of approval include items such as the physical elements report, which will identify improvements to be completed to the satisfaction of the building official. Some of the aforementioned improvements have already been completed, including the repainting of the exterior as shown here. No other modifications to the building exterior are proposed. The application includes proposed operating procedures, which are available in the agenda report, in the management plan and project description. Staff have also included recommended conditions which align with previous SRO approvals to ensure the project is compatible with surrounding land uses, including limitations on unit size and occupant number, preparation of the aforementioned physical elements report, staff review and approval of a final management plan, minimum lease durations, a maximum of one call for police service per unit, a requirement for 24-hour on-site management, participation in the crime-free multi-housing program, maintenance of common facilities, including the provision of equipment necessary to use these spaces, such as the pickleball or basketball court, and termination of deemed approved status upon use and reliance. SROs provide opportunities for transitional as well as permanent housing for low-income households and may aid in the prevention of homelessness. The project is also consistent with city goals to rehabilitate substandard properties, as it will undergo physical improvements to meet the standards of governing codes. Operational conditions will also ensure compatibility with surrounding land uses. The proposed project is exempt from the environmental review requirements of the California Environmental Quality Act, pursuant to CEQA guidelines section 15301 and 302, as an existing facility with negligible expansion of use. Staff therefore recommend approval of the CEQA determination, conditional use permit, and minor amendment. This concludes staff's report.
Thank you. Any questions for staff? Yep.
I've just got one noting the difference between an 11-unit SRO and a 75-unit SRO. With 11 units, they were allowed 2 calls per year per unit, and with 75, they're only allowed 1 call per unit per year. And I understand that's bulk, but can you share with us?
In speaking with Spencer, we discussed that there might be a disproportionate impact on a small SRO based on perhaps a single resident, which would jeopardize the operations of their CUP, which might not apply in a larger setting.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was something like that, but just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other questions? All right. This time I'll open up public hearing. Are there any speaker cards?
Yes, we have one. Sally Schiffman.
All right. Good evening. Thank you, Chairman and Commissioners. My name is Sally Schiffman. I'm with HWL Planning and Engineering, and I'm here representing the property owner and operator, Vista International. We have been able to represent them on the other 3 SROs that are in your city, and we were very happy to help with this 4th one. Staff has been very helpful once again, which we're grateful for, and we've read through the conditions. We're agreeable to all of them. We do request one minor change to condition number 37. It has to do with the time limit in which the operator would need to make all of the changes and exercise the conditional use permit. So right now it's stated as 1 year. We have not had a problem doing that with the 3 that were here, as well as others in the county. However, over the last 6 months to a year, there have started to be some issues with securing vendors, getting contracts established, getting people out to do the work, as well as there's still some residual supply chain issues going on. As an example, it took almost 8 months to obtain electrical panels for a site up in the city of Vista. These things, of course, we don't have control over. And so we just ask that maybe be shifted to 2 years. We believe that we can get it done closer to the 1 year mark, but that would just allow us to move forward without having to go through another round of paperwork to establish a time extension. Aside from that, we're happy with everything, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Great, thank you. Do you guys have any questions for? Yes.
How much time do you think you would need?
I think that it could be accomplished within 12 to 18 months.
Okay. All right. And I have a question for staff. Is that a feasible request?
The municipal code, section 1735.010, basically gives or permits the resolution to establish a expiration date beyond 1 year. So it is a feasible request.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other questions for the applicant?
Just one. I noticed that there were a bunch of rooms that were being converted back from community rooms into units. Are there going to be any community rooms left, or is it just the outdoor recreational space?
Indoors, there will be a communal kitchen as well as the laundry room.
Okay. So no hangout spots?
Not inside, no.
Okay.
All right, any other questions for the applicant?
Nope.
Great, thank you. All right. No other speaker cards, I take it?
None.
All right, I make a motion to close public hearing.
I second it.
All right, motion made by Commissioner Moreau, seconded by Commissioner Sotile. Please vote.
Motion carries by unanimous vote.
So, staff, would you want us in the motion to put the time limit that we're looking for?
Yes, please include an amendment to the expiration date in your motion.
Great. Well, seeing that sometimes even 18 months could be cutting it close, I know exactly what she's talking about. I wouldn't be opposed to 2 years. I know they'll get it done before that. We've had great success with Vista International. They've done a great job. In fact, the one on Elkhorn Boulevard, you know, the one that had 400 calls annually, is less than 40 now.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that was a lot of rooms, if I remember correctly. That was it had to be a couple hundred, wasn't that one? It was pretty big. So,
as far as the amendment, if 2 years is not enough, there is in number 37, if that's not enough, they can write in and ask for an extension. Okay. So they don't need to go before any planning commission. They can just say, hey, we're almost done, but we need a few more months or an extension, and that can be done at the desk. So that's already in there, but I'm perfectly comfortable changing it to 2 years just to make sure that they get everything done. They've been very good with the conversions they've already done. So,
yeah, I would agree. All right. Anyone want to take a crack at the motion?
let me write a note and I can take that on, unless you've already got your note ready.
No, I already have it. Make it 24 months.
24 months. All right. I would like to move to adopt the next resolutions in order approving the CEQA determination, CUP number 2022-0010, with the amendment to condition number 37 that it become 2 years, and MA number 2023-0002, subject to conditions.
I'll second that. All right, motion made by Commissioner Circo, seconded by Commissioner Moroz. Please vote. All right, and motion carries. Good luck. Thank you. All right, do we have any other items for consideration at this time, or staff communication?
Staff would like to simply note that there will be a Planning Commission meeting on April 18th.
Perfect. All right. Any communication to staff? All right. Well, with that being said, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll say.
All right. Motion made by Commissioner Moreau, second by Commissioner Circo. Please vote. All right. And meeting is adjourned. Here, I need you to sign this real quick.